So to put a perspective on the whole picture, there's a lot of players in the equation. One of the players in the equation would be what does Impact Project have to do in this scenario, right? So we're putting together an infrastructure, a technology infrastructure, a human scale infrastructure. We have someone amazing like Eduardo to help put the infrastructure here in Guatemala so we could fulfill the promises we want to make, that we can accomplish what we're hoping to accomplish here. So we're creating that a platform for making change in a sustainable, holistic way that's funded differently, that it's not, it's a win-win for everyone. And then we have, and we've been meeting with some of them here, and it's very fascinating, like our vendors and our partners, like the people making the products, the people that are other alliances and people here, and those people have the important role to play of Eduardo's not making a nutrition product, Impact Project's not making it, we're not making cook stoves, right? But you're helping us find people who have solutions, specific solutions to specific problems, and those problems are identified in the Aramonosagashi. So that's how we pick the products in the order of priority of how we're going to provide them to a village is based on what the villagers themselves say they want to fix first. So we're co-creating with them solutions. Now, we're not making the solution, right? For example, the cook stoves are made here in Guatemala, designed specifically for the needs of Guatemalan families. And so that's another part of the equation. And then you have the advocate's role. So your role, like so we're creating technology, we're doing things here in Guatemala. This has been a 2.5-year process to get it to this point, and now we're finally launching it. And then there's the advocates have a role of being like the face to the idea, like the brand or the kind of the heart, right? Because this is just an idea if it doesn't come connected to people. And that's why it's so important that the advocates have an opportunity inside of this thing, because that's what will make this grow is connectedness to people and the networks and the trust and the person-to-person side of this thing that we can't do, but that's what you guys can do. And that's really why it's such a great synergy between all the players and all the parts and everyone wants the same thing, but it takes all of us together to accomplish this in the way we can. Because if you separate any one of those people or any one of those parts, then you have things that have already been tried for a long time that haven't worked because they haven't solved the problems, because the problems are still here. So that's why the uniqueness and the innovation on all these different layers of Impact Project is a little hard to understand sometimes because it's so new and it's got so many layers of uniqueness to it. But that's why it'll work, is because it's all these innovative solutions combined into something that is truly different. And that's why we can have the hope for what types of change we can make.
I just want to make a observation about the vendors is that I spend a lot of time looking at the vendors as they're NGOs that they move their objective because they are following the money. There are some vendors that they are just doing products to sell for social development. But one of the things that Impact and here Impact Guatemala did is find the vendors that have the best product that really is going to benefit the community. It's not going to broke in 6 months, or there's testing, lab testing, but there's a lot of invest in money to develop the product. So that's the other thing that it's important, that every time that you give something to a person that doesn't have the opportunity to get one, give the best that you could give. You're not gonna hand a sweater that has holes in the sweater, or shoes that they are having like bad shoes. Try to give the best, and that's what Impact is doing here in Guatemala, bringing to these communities the best of the products that we could find built in Guatemala.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.